What's up YouTube? Welcome back to another brand new episode of the Savant Life, and I'm really excited today. It's a beautiful Sunday morning, but the reason I'm excited is because one of my subscribers wrote into me saying that he's now the proud owner of the recently launched Benelli Tornado 302 and he wanted me to make a video about it. So of course I said yes. So I'm going to be meeting up with him at Sankey Tank and I will talk to him a little bit about why he chose this bike, and of course I can't wait to get my hands on that beautiful monster, take it out for a spin and give you guys a detailed ride and review. So what are we waiting for? Let's go ahead and get this show on the road. So welcome back to the Savant Live, guys, and on this episode I'm just so excited because the weather is incredibly beautiful in Bangalore. We've got Sankey Tank to our left, and between my legs I've got the Benelli Tornado 302, and let me tell you, this bike sounds incredible. But if you know anything about Benelli, you probably knew that already. This is a mean sounding machine, and for the little while that I've been riding it so far, it feels like such a premium bike. The look and feel of it, the road presence, even the weight, which a lot of people would think of as a disadvantage, I think really adds to the whole presence of the bike on the street. I absolutely love the way it feels. You get a big bike feel, for sure, no doubt about that. And the gear shifting again is so incredibly smooth. Like, I've been riding a lot of these 150cc bikes off late, and the gear shifting on some of those can be very, very clunky, but this one is just beautiful. This whole experience, the area, the bike, the rider, if I can put my name in there, everything just goes together. Let's take a left over here. The turning radius of the bike also is quite nice. I was expecting that it might be a little difficult to maneuver in city traffic, but that does not seem to be the case, and the neutral is quite easy to find as well, which is definitely a plus. The mirrors over here are really well done as well. In fact, you can fold them down like that if you want to, if you're riding in bumper to bumper traffic and you're afraid that someone might bump into you. And the other cool thing is that you see this over here, the insides, the glass is actually adjustable just like it is in a car. Big props to Benelli for that. All right. Well, what I was trying to do is I was trying to flick the bike around a little bit, and as expected, it's not very easy to do that. Now, obviously, if you were thinking that you're going to be able to flick this around like, let's say, the RC 390 or the Duke 390, then you're sadly mistaken, because every bike has its own pros and cons, and this kind of a road presence and this kind of a premium feel comes at a cost, both monetarily and as far as a little bit of that riding experience is concerned as well. So this is more of a stable, refined ride quality, but if you want to do a lot of this, then believe me, I'm kind of struggling a little bit trying to do that. The road seems quite nice over here, so let's just take a left and see where it takes us. And I'm riding the bike in the 4th gear right now where I was. I just shifted to the 5th, and you don't need to worry too much about the gear shifts as well, because the bike can pull. Even if you're in the 4th gear, you don't need to worry about downshifting too much, and that again is definitely a boon. As you can make out, I'm not revving the bike too hard, I'm not pushing it too hard, because this bike is a brand new bike. As you can see, the bonnet is still on. It belongs to one of my subscribers, and he wrote into me asking if I could make a video about his bike, and I was only too happy. I mean, you know, sure, I will take up that offer any given day of the week. Well, I mean, maybe not any given day, because Monday to Friday I'm busy working in my regular job, but on a weekend, on a beautiful Sunday morning like this, if I can get my hands on these kind of bikes, I will do that with a smile on my face. Now, as far as the colors that are available on this bike, it comes in white and red, red and black, and a silver and green. I personally like the silver and green because I think it looks really, really good. but we'll talk about that in a bit. Oh, look at that. I just stopped short of the 100 mark because, again, the bike is being run in and I don't want to push it beyond a reasonable limit. But like I was saying before, the bike comes in 3 different colors: white and red and black, and silver and green. I personally prefer the silver and green. I think it looks beautiful, but this white and red combination is also really sexy. It kind of adds to the racing lineage of the bike and makes it stand out. Now, as far as the weight of the bike is concerned, we've all heard enough things about it. It weighs in at 198 kgs, which is quite heavy, to be honest, especially when you compare it to the competition. The R3 and the Ninja 300 both are approximately around 170 kgs, and the RC390 is a featherweight at 150. But this one is definitely on the bulkier side, but I don't think it has really impacted the riding experience all that much. Now, is this a great track bike? Of course not. Just because it has a fairing and a doom and all of that, don't think that this can do the kind of things that an RC390 or a Yamaha R3 can do on a racetrack. But this is supposed to be more of a sports tourer. It's got a very comfortable riding posture, the braking is really good, and it also comes with ABS as standard. As you can see, this is the ABS button. You also have the option of turning it on or off, depending on where you're riding it. I love the sound of the bike. I love the turning radius. It's just brilliant. That sound, I just can't get enough of it. Now, of course, it's all thanks to the parallel twin liquid-cooled 302cc engine that this bike has. It produces 38 bhp and 28 newton meters of torque, I think. I don't exactly remember, but whatever it produces, it is doing the job incredibly well. Once again, that is beautiful Sankey tank. The water is kind of drained out a little bit, but hey, back to the Benelli Tornado 302. So the tank, as you can see, also has great aesthetics, and it has a tank capacity of about 14 liters. But you can't really tank it up all the way to 14, and I believe that you also need to fill in premium fuel only. Now, that is something that none of the other reviewers have talked about, and I don't know to what extent that is true, but apparently the showroom guys said that it is advisable to fill in premium fuel all the time because it would improve the performance of the bike. But considering that this is being positioned as a little bit of a sports tourer, I don't know how much of touring you can do if you need to look for a Shell petrol bunk every time you need to tank up. And here's a traffic island, so let's just go around this and hit a U-turn. And I'm also riding it for a slightly longer time because I want to see if the bike heats up. And so far, I don't really feel anything. Agreed, I've not been riding in bumper-to-bumper traffic when the bike would probably heat up more, but at least as far as I can tell right now, there is absolutely no heating whatsoever. The bike has some power. It might not be a Ninja 300 or an RC390, but it has enough power on tap. And what you see over here is an adjustable brake lever. So depending on how far back you want to pull it, you can adjust it according to your own preferences. Nice little touch again. Now, as far as the pricing of the bike is concerned, possibly the most important thing, no matter how rich you are and how much money you've got, you always want to make sure that you go in for a deal that makes sense on paper and on the road as well. And this bike is supposed to be in competition with the Yamaha R3, the Ninja 300, and the RC390 in that segment. The RC390 is obviously the most affordable, the most value for money package, and then you've got the Yamaha R3 and this one. Both of them are pretty much in the same range. I think they'll cost you about 4.1 to 4.2 lakhs on road depending on where you live, and the Ninja 300, which comes with the slipper clutch, is by far the most expensive at about 4.5 lakhs on road. the maneuverability is something that takes a little bit of effort. It's not that you can't do it. Like you just saw, it can very much be done. It just takes a little more effort and getting used to. Now, as good as the bike looks, I have to say the one thing that stands out a little bit, and in not such a great way, is the digital console, which is actually not fully digital either. It's a combination, and the bike looks really good. The console, not so much. It kind of looks a little dated and old-fashioned, but as far as most of the important elements of the bike are concerned, the performance, the looks, the power, the sound, the braking, this bike delivers in pretty much every single way. Alright guys, so that is my review of the Benelli Tornado 302. I hope you guys liked it. I had a lot of fun making this review. And if you had just as much fun watching it, then make sure that you go ahead and click that like button. And if this is your first time around at the Savant Life, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button, because it only takes a second. And click on the bell icon so that you can be notified when I put out more new videos. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here and enjoy the bike. I will see you the next time around. Until then, thank you so much for watching. Take care, ride safe, and have fun.